In this video, we will talk about the traffic temperature, right? It is extensively used if you work with big agencies, right? So generally what people say is when you're running Facebook campaigns, you need to have a strategy in place. You can't just get up and say, I will create a campaign without having a proper plan. No. Remember, many have a marketing plan, only few have a follow plan. Remember, in both the situations, you need to have a plan. Without that plan, you simply can't go ahead and create a campaign, and that campaign will never drive results, never, you know, get you results, or never, uh, you know, reach your targets. So remember, guys, even before you get to Facebook, you got to understand that you need to have a strategy. So I would recommend you create a piece of paper or open a sheet and then go and, right, one moment. So I want to talk about traffic temperature here. So when I talk about traffic temperature here, remember, right? So this is generally an acquisition strategy, right? I will tell you what is an acquisition strategy, right? Acquisition strategy is nothing but how are you going to bring people to your website, right? So I will talk about that in my next video, but here I'm going to talk about the traffic temperature, right? So generally in the world of Facebook advertising, right, you want to show your ads to people. Essentially, you don't want to show ads to those people and stay at that stage. You want to move people from that stage, awareness stage, till the time he becomes your customer and then ascend. Maybe you want to give him upsells and you want to give that profit maximizer products, and then make him an advocate and then make him promote your product or your service to other people. You don't want simple people to become a conversion or convert and stay at that stage. If he converted, that means he trusted you, right? Why do you want to keep him at that level? Why can't you take him from that conversion stage to a stage where he can really advocate about your product on the internet, or write about you, or leave a social review, leave a review here, there, right? Or maybe he can refer people to you, right? So you remember, right? That is why you got to understand the concept of funnels, because, right, you need to understand how you want to move a user in his funnel journey, right? You want to understand in your business the journey, right, from the time he doesn't know about your product till the time he becomes your customer. And not just there, but he moves forward and he goes and advocates to other people about your brand, and then even convinces other people to buy your product, right? And this is not something that you have to really invest money. You just have to excite them, right? So but before you even talk about these things, remember, you got to first understand the traffic temperature, right? So first it starts with awareness stage. You can't directly go and tell or show your ad to somebody and expect them to immediately buy your product. That is not going to happen. That is too early, right? I can't go to somebody and say, hey, hi, how are you? He says, good, so buy my product. That's not going to happen. He says, it's too early. I don't even know who you are. I haven't experienced about your product. I haven't received any value from you. How would I even trust you? How you expect me to give my money to you in exchange for the product that you're giving me? How do I know if that product is the right product? How do I know that product is going to transform my life, right? So several questions. So remember, you need to understand the before stage and the after stage. Before stage is, remember, anytime people buy a product, remember, they buy it because they want to get to a better stage. So if your product is not giving them the better stage after using your product, then people will definitely not buy it. Now, some people have an excellent product, but still what happens is, if people use that product, they get amazing results, or the entire transformation takes place from the before to after. But the problem is their marketing sucks. Reason is their product is extremely good, but their marketing is not properly articulating that benefit, or they're not articulating the transformation that's going to happen to that person if he uses my product. Remember, either your product is not right, or if your product is excellent, your marketing sucks. So you got to understand, that is why you first begin with something called product market fit. You got to measure, you got to understand, is your product a market fit? Is your product a scalable product? Is your product something that people want to buy? Is your product something that people will spend money to take that product and service? Is that going to give them the after status that he expects? Right? Remember, see, that's why we remember, in all my videos, if you subscribe to my channel, you go and watch other videos, I always keep saying this: website is not for selling, it is for solving. Right? So when people come to me, a client comes to me, I tell him, is this your product? Tell me, what's the problem that you're trying to solve? What's the problem statement? Because if he's not going to answer that, then probably I will not be able to create a right ad copy, or maybe I will not be able to target the right people. So essentially, as a Facebook advertiser, I want to make sure I tell people that if you use my product, you will move from the before stage, you will move to the after stage. Before stage, he has a lot of problems. Maybe he's not is not performing well, he's underperforming, maybe he's investing too much of his time, right? There's so many problems, right? So your job is to make sure you come up with a product that people will, be happy after using a product. And if it is so, you have to effectively communicate that point to the person or the prospect, right? So, but even before you talk about all these things, I want to first emphasize on traffic temperature. So in Facebook ad, we generally talk about the traffic temperature. First one is called cold audience. Second one is warm audience. Third one is hot audience. Now, so firstly, right. So firstly, people have to move from customer. I call it customer journey to purchase, but a lot of people call about funnels, right? And there are a lot of other businesses, a lot of other websites on the internet which kind of tells you kill your funnel, right? It's not going to help you, right? So people have different ways to convince their customers and essentially make them buy their product or sell their service, right? So but I always say, since I come from this background of Google, we always talk about users journey to purchase or customers journey to purchase, right? And in the customer journey, remember, he's not going to become customer immediately. He starts from awareness stage until the time it becomes your conversion. But if you talk about funnels, it goes a little forward. It takes user from awareness stage all the way till he promotes your brand. He doesn't stop at conversion. Once people buy my product, I want to stop. I want to take that person and excite them so much that he will go into the market and advocate about my brand to other people. How does he advocate? Maybe he'll leave a small review for you, or he might even go and promote your product to other people, and those other people will eventually buy your product because somebody is who already used their product is telling this guy that he's so excited after using this product, right? So this way, and the advantage of this is the lead cost will be very, very low. The CPA to get those customers is actually minimum, because you're getting a referral from somebody who's already a customer, and people believe that. Remember, in all forms of marketing, the word of mouth is the most powerful stuff, right? So awareness in all these things, first remember, you got to take your product and put it before cold audience. Cold audience means people who don't know you or are not aware of you. You can't directly go put your ad before people and say, hey, buy my product. He's like, wow, it's too early. I don't even know you. Why do I even give my money to you? Right? So that's why first remember, you got to put your ad before people who don't know you, not aware of you, and don't tell them to buy. It's too early, right? It's too early in the journey, in his journey. So what you do, so what do you need to do? What you need to do? I say, create an offer, an irresistible offer that he will stop and look at that, right? Drive that user, I mean cold audience, to click on that, make him visit a blog or give him something of full value freely. And it's not going to cost you much, right? Maybe you can create a small webinar, give it for free, or you can create a small video and give it for free, or maybe you can create a blog, give it for free, you can create a guide, give it for free, you can create a report and give it for free. And remember, all of them, you try and do it for free. Why? Because when they consume it, they kind of know you, at least they remember you, right? And then, yeah, people who don't even know you, because your offer was so relevant to them, he stopped, he clicked on it, and he came and he got the offer, which is a guide or a report, which is of so much of value to him, and freely, right? And remember to keep it very small. You can't keep this too big, because you can't wait him to wait for another 10 days until he completely knows, make it little small so he can consume the content in like an hour or maybe 15-20 minutes, and give him something that he can really trust, give him something they can really consume and say wow. And you're doing it for free. Why? Because you're running your ad to cold audience. These people are people who never heard of you, who don't even know you. So they can't give your money in the first place. You can't say hi and marry me immediately, right? You go and talk to them, introduce yourself to them. That's exactly what you do here. Cold audience. Give something of great value, free of cost, right? But here, what we can do is, that's again at the back of your head. At the back of your head, I'd say a hack. Tag these people with a Facebook pixel. Tag these people with a Facebook pixel. Why? It might help you when you're running them ads again to tell them to buy your product this time. And that time when they do, they remember you because they know they have consumed good content from you. So now they move from the cold audience stage to the warm audience stage. So these are audience who have consumed content from you freely. Excellent content, remember. Now they are no more in the cold stage. They know you. They kind of remember you as well, right? And now to these people, if you can, you know, sell them something which is not of very high price, they might even purchase it. And when they buy it, small one. See, what we do is, right? I run bootcamp. The bootcamp is close to $1,000, right? So a lot of people are apprehensive. They don't want to see because they don't know what content we're going to give them. So what we do is we have another program, and this program is only for 20,000 rupees. Or sometimes we do free webinars or we do free events, and we give excellent, so much of value for these people in the events and the webinars. And essentially, because of that, what will happen? They kind of trust us, and they know if they take the program from us, they're going to get some excellent quality which they otherwise don't find. See, there are a lot of content on the internet, but problem is you can't get this content, the real knowledge, only by reading it. You have to practically work in an environment with other people who are going to take you to the next level, and that is exactly what we do here at bootcamp. Right? You might find excellent articles on the internet. I'm not denying that, but where are you going to work? Where are you going to implement? Who's going to mentor you? Right? You can't expect mentoring from somebody who's staying away in some other country, right? So even though you have much of knowledge, but at the same time, you need somebody to going to take you and put you in a group, and then make you discuss, right? Give you ideas, give you suggestions. If you're going wrong, maybe again correct you, right? So again, right? So that's what we do. So our events are the ones that drive people to buy a product, because they move from the cold stage to warm stage. And here in the in the event, what they do is they buy a small course, maybe our GTM beginner program. They take our GTM beginner program, and it's a very small price. It's just 20,000 rupees, and people take it. And once they take it, then we slowly take them into the hot audience, and then tell them about the immersive bootcamp program, right? So first, target ad to people who don't even know you, right? Give them an excellent offer that they'll consume it free of cost, right? And tag them also. It might help you in future, right? Maybe you can run retargeting campaigns with an excellent offer, and give them a promotion sale, and then tell them to buy. A warm audience, you ask these people who already know you to buy something of very low value, maybe $5, $10. So now what happens is he moves from that stage with a cold audience now to a point where he's investing money. Maybe it's a small amount, but still he's investing money. And when that cash transfer transaction takes place, he moves from a phase where he can't trust you to a phase where he can really trust you. And that $5, $10, whatever you're going to give them something of very, very high value, and show them it's of so high value, and you still give them at a cheaper price. And once these people consume that content, they move into the hot audience, and this is where you can sell them the main product, right? And this is how you need to understand. Remember, you can't directly run your ad to hot audience. That is never going to happen. Even if you do that, you're not going to get the results. Your CPF will be too high. Remember, you have to have a strategy. That's why, remember, you need to have a plan. You need to have a plan, and that is a follow a plan. Remember, at the end of it, I want to run these ads only. But essentially, I'm not going to take this ad onto everybody. I'm going to run these ads first and then slowly move my prospect from cold audience to warm audience and then into the hot audience bucket and then show them the right ads and tell them what they're going to, get with this bootcamp. That's essentially what we do. Remember, traffic temperature is very, very important. If you still want to read some content, you can just go to internet or you can watch my other videos in my entire YouTube playlist. They're excellent. They're very, very high quality. And this is something that I'm sharing with a lot of experience, a lot of practical work. And yeah, so I hope this would greatly help you in your pursuit of running successful Facebook campaigns. Thank you so much. I will see you in my next video.